Hi. Uh, this kind of video will be, I guess, a first kind of video on YouTube where I'm going to talk about the flow state and English improvement, English fluency improvement. This is a very different kind of video series which I'm making. This is the part 1 of the video where I'm going to tell you about how language actually develops and how you can be more fluent naturally. A very different kind of concept. If you really want to be a great communicator, you have to follow these tips, which I have followed. And this technique is based on scientific study and research. So stay with this video series. I'm going to make 4 videos about how to develop your English naturally, organically, speak clearly, confidently, without stressing yourself, without by-hearting those grammar rules, without getting that stuck, without fumbling, natural, organic, real English. You have to finish all the 4 videos properly. This is a part 1. Let's start. Well guys, see here, English fluency through flow state. Let me talk about the flow state. First of all, let me explain you how your language develops, a very important part. Language is an unconscious process. Language doesn't develop consciously. Consciously, subject is developed. Language develops unconsciously. You never realize that your language is developing. And the best example is your mother tongue. Your mother tongue has developed unconsciously. You never realize that your language is developing, but it developed. Same thing with your second language also. If you are speaking a second language, your second language has developed unconsciously. I mean, you never realize that you have got better in your second language. Unconsciously, language develops. Subject develops consciously. And if you are studying grammar, you are studying a subject. And in this way, your language will never develop. It's a byproduct of a flow state. A flow state is a complete different kind of state. Mental state, a psychological state where you go and you go in a flow. I will explain you. Let us move forward first. The more you focus or stress on language, the more you struggle. If you are constantly, and most of you are doing this mistake, constantly, my English, okay, read grammar because my English has to be improved. Only your focus is on language improvement, it is never going to develop. And maybe most of you are struggling with your language development because you are focusing on language development, you are not focusing on flow state development. You have to focus on developing the right flow state. I'll explain you. Formation of sentence is the unconscious process. Just now I said grammar will not work here because grammar develops consciously. You have to sit, write, study, conscious. Your mind is concentrated there. Language doesn't develop in that way. You can't study language and by heart sentences and develop language consciously. It's not going to work. Analysis will create paralysis. If you do analysis of a grammar, paralysis will be there, which I have spoken many a times. Now, what you need to do, as I said, is you need to develop the flow state. Now, what is a flow state? Let me explain you. When I started developing my language, I never realized that I was actually using the flow state. But now, after studying a lot of books, like one of the founder is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. This particular psychologist from Hungary who is in the US right now, he's staying in US. He has written an amazing book and he has done study on flow state. What exactly is flow state? I will explain you. And then you can really figure out how to go in that state and how your language develops in that state. When you are in a flow state, what happens? See here, listen to me. Completely involved in what you are doing. You are completely engrossed in what you are doing. Do you remember any day, any activity where you are so engrossed in that work that you have forgotten the time? Completely involved in that. That is a flow state. Knowing whether the activity is doable, our skills are adequate. Now what here is, when you're doing any activity, your skills must be adequate to do that activity. You are in the flow state. What I want to say is this, let me explain you. Suppose you're playing a tennis match with a player who is way below you, you will not go in the flow state. You're playing a tennis match with a person who is way above you. Roger Federer, it's not going to work. You will lose. You will not go in the flow state. But if you're playing a match with a player who is equal to you or just above you. That will be a flow state. That is what I'm talking about. A sense of serenity goes when you are in the flow state. Serene, I mean, you feel like you are doing meditation. You go in the state of tranquility. I have gone through that state when I'm working on my communication, but I never work on my communication. I work on my flow state. I go in my flow state. When I go in my flow state, communication develops. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. You just feel like, I'll give you one example. While I was preparing for this video, let me tell you, I was preparing for 3.5 hours, but my wife called me and said, "Hello, Sandeep, come on, lunch." I said, "Oh, lunch, it's 2 o'clock. I never realized." So that you forget, and this is what the flow state is. And when you are in the flow state, amazing, magic happens. You become master in that skill. Intrinsic motivation, the process becomes its own reward. Means what? Understand very carefully. You are not focusing on the results, the process. Okay, I'll explain you. Again, I'll give you my example. I'm shooting this video. I'm making this video. The process, studying all this literature and, making PPTs, and right now shooting, I'm shooting here. No one is there. My editor is not there. I'm shooting myself. It's Sunday evening. So this process was really fun. Really fun. I never focus on how many people will watch this video. You are here till now. Oh, thanks, congratulations, and thank you for this. Like, you have sustained here. You haven't left my video. Many of the students will leave the video. So that is my achievement. I enjoy the process of making the videos. How many people watch my videos? It is important, but it doesn't matter much. I focus on the process become its own reward. I'm enjoying the process. That's more important. Now we have to apply the state, the flow state, to language development, a completely new kind of concept on YouTube. I'm going to teach you in these 4 videos. And then you will realize how really a language develops. I'm proud to tell you that this is the study of my 21 years, which I'm sharing with you. Don't miss any video. We are going to apply this reading flow state. It will be part number 2, listening flow state. These are 1, 2, 3 activities which we have to do to develop your language, to develop your fluency, to develop your sentence structure, all this language will follow to you if you go in this state. Watch all 4 videos. Share these videos with your friends so that they should understand everyone is today struggling with communication with the wrong methods. The wrong methods. We are going the wrong direction. That's not going to happen here. My 21 years of study, I'm always proud of this, is going to help you. Is going to help you to get the job, better package, better growth. I'm proud of this. Really proud of this. Dear friends, I do not entertain you like Kapil Sharma, but I help you to live a better life, better package, better job, better food for your family. And I'm proud of that. I'm not a celebrity like Kapil Sharma, but I'm happy that I'm helping you to live a better life. Thank you. Pleasure talking to you. Bye-bye.